Could you please make very welcome the President and the CEO of Ski and Snowboard Australia, which is Dean Gosper and Micheal Kenndey, respectively. Gentlemen. Great to have you here, gents. Thank you very much for coming. I've read out some stats before about how successful we are as a nation, and given that we are such a, really, people think of Australia as being a very warm, indeed hot continent. How do we do it? How do we get there?
Well, Kenno, I think you have to start with having fantastic athletes who've got incredible dedication, make huge sacrifices.
They're all smiling
and
at you now.
Get guided by incisive and caring coaches. And I think that's really the bottom line of it all. But I think we like to think that we also take a bit of a structured approach to it. And we have a good sort of strategy. We think nationally. Our sport really occurs in only 2 states, so we can't really think of ourselves as a sort of a state-based organisation. So we think nationally, we're Australia, we're Australian, and we go out there to compete for our country. We also work very closely with key funding partners. We're very lucky to have people such as the Sports Commission, or the organisations such as the Sports Commission, the Australian Olympic Committee, and Craig Phillips is here tonight, which is great to see. And all the state institutes that work with us. And so we have a very good relationship there, and we're effectively able to leverage almost 3 to 1, Kenno, the dollars that we get from the federal government that go back into our sport. So that's fantastic there. I think structurally we're also well placed. We've got a very good board, and I say that with all humility, very good governance structure, and I think finally we've got a fantastic staff too. And Kenno heads up a great team, and they work incredibly hard and make jobs like that I have very easy to do. So I think those things all come together to create this success that we're so proud of.
And that, well, as you say, that creates a wonderful framework. What actually leads to the medals, Micheal?
Yeah, well, I think skiing in this country, it's actually it's celebrating its 150th year of skiing this year. I mean, Kenndey Ski Club up there in the Snowy Mountains is the oldest recognised ski club in the world, and that's been recognised by the International Federation this year. So skiing as an industry and as a sport and as a pastime of Australians has been alive and healthy for 150 years. But I suppose in terms of what puts us on the map, and I suppose what increases our profile in the public is the performances of our athletes. And as I sort of said to you before, medals are good for business in every sense. It's good for business in that it increases awareness, obviously for our sport, but I think for the industry also, which has over 1 million participants every year, and it's quite a big industry. There's about $1.5 billion worth of industry there, and a lot of jobs involved. And I think when we have success, it prompts interest from the public, it prompts interest from broadcasters, and certainly I think when we have got tremendous athletes, and I think the thing that Dean said before is that we are very national in our approach, but we're also very targeted. So we don't, while we've got a large community of traditional alpine skiers and cross country skiers out there, our success really comes from the newer disciplines, and we've sort of, I suppose, really applied that sort of early adopter sort of attitude to things, and really been able to be successful in the newer disciplines. And the athletes that are here tonight in particular, while they may have come from different backgrounds, Lydia is a product of the gymnastics community. There's the bottom of the aerial athlete pathway is about 60,000 female gymnasts, and so we like to think that we are sort of fairly sort of world leading and cutting edge in our talent transfer to move athletes from one sport to another, and I think the way that we've been able to do that time and again has certainly has led to a lot of our success.